We got Danny DLow. We got Hollywood from Insane Throttle. Today's topic is the 10 stupid questions to ask motorcyclists. So I don't know if you, I mean, you guys probably got a lot of stupid questions or so. I'm a people
Every day.
every day you get every
Every
day
day.
is silly questions. What's like the
Uh,
stupidest question you ever? I was gonna say use guys. I think my boy Cowboy is rubbing off on me,
use
but
guys. How you
he's
doing over
a
there?
Bronx. He's a Bronx guy, so
Uh,
he caught barefoot. You betcha, barefoot.
I'll
I don't
tell
know
you
if I
what. I've
call.
had so many stupid questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know which one would make it to like the top 10.
Well, no, we're not even talking about MC stuff. I'm just talking about like motorcyclists, right? Because when I was reading an article, and the reason I came up with this topic, it was just because I was reading an article. It's called "10 Stupid Questions that People Ask Motorcyclists." It was from Riders Drive Mag, and of course, one of the biggest things I always get all the time is how fast does your bike go? Like people are they're trying to look at my gauge, and if they see my bike, they look at my gauge, right? They try to read the miles per hour, and they then ask
All
how
right.
fast does my bike go. And I'm just like, okay, if you have digital gauge like you, they probably really want to ask because they don't know what yours
All
is.
right.
So
That's
I
why I
mean,
like digital gauges. They don't get to tell how fast I go until I just whoop their ass.
of course, we
I
always
think the
got that.
stupidest questions I've been asked is, do you like those handlebars, the big ape hangers? And
Nah,
it's
that's
like,
why.
I mean, what gave it away? The fact that they're on my bike, you stupid ass? Like, what do you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another dumb question I was asked before is I was at a gas station, and dude, I was at this gas station at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my way home. I'm rolling home. It's like 3 in the morning. I stopped to get gas, and like all of us, I'm sitting over at a picnic table having a square and something to drink and a bag of chips and shit, and I'm chilling. And this guy walks up. Now, mind you, it's 3 a.m. There's not one single vehicle in the whole parking lot. My motorcycle is parked right in front of me at the picnic table that I'm standing at. And mind you, we all can clearly see I don't look like I'm in a Chevy Cavalier. I'm definitely on that motorcycle, right? I'm sitting there and this guy walks up and he goes, "Oh, is that your bike?" And I'm like, "What the fuck gave it away?" Like, for real, dude? Like, like did you just didn't have an opening statement, so you just went with whatever came to your head? Like, yeah, there's many stupid questions.
Well, Henry says, of course, asked on his SNS V twin, is that a Harley? Of course, everybody asks if any bike you have is a Harley. I mean, I bet your
Right.
bike's in Hollywood that whatever you have, they always ask is that a Harley? Probably.
Yeah,
But
they do all the time, man.
is that a
I don't know. One
Harley?
stupid thing that I've actually heard, and we'll probably talk about later, is OMC.
Uh,
That's one got me right now, man. But go ahead.
one of
You
the
totally
questions that
forgot till I mentioned it on the other show, didn't you?
Yeah,
yeah, no,
Get you
one of
all
the
fired
questions
up.
that you see when it's raining, or what do you do when it's raining? It was on the article, and I just started laughing because I actually get that a lot. What do you do when it rains? I just fucking ride.
sit your ass under a freaking bridge. That's what you do.
No, I
Well, I
ride
mean,
until I can
I
find some
just drive
cover.
until I can't. I can't. I mean, I just ride until I can't see anymore. Um, that's
Right.
about it. If it looks
Yeah, I
like
usually
crazy, right?
yeah, if it's raining really hard, then I try to make it to some cover, whether it's a tree in a forest,
Yeah.
a gas station, a viaduct, or underpass, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. If it's not that bad, I just roll it out, man. Screw it.
Now, if it's really bad, I mean, if I can't get under a bridge or so, I'll just pull side of the road and get off the bike and get like away from the bike because assholes will just run you over on the side of the road, anyways. And I hate those
I'm
people that
not.
rate.
I
I
don't
hate
leave my
people that
bike.
put hazard. If you put a hazard lights on, I don't like you guys. I hate the people that drive with hazard lights on.
What on the bikes?
No, no, on the cars, like people that drive in the
Oh,
rain and put hazard lights on.
I've never
Um,
seen that. It must be a Texas thing.
in Florida, Texas, people do that, but
Uh,
over here in Florida, it rains all the time.
You're
And the
down.
problem is, yeah, and the problem is that when you can't see shit, they follow the lights that are blinking, right? Hazard lights. But if you're pulled over a side of the road because something happened in your car with your hazard lights on and it's bad fog, rain, they'll just run right into you. A lot of people die that way.
wow, I've
So
never even seen that.
Or
yeah,
another good one is, you're an organ donor, right?
Nope. I ain't giving nobody nothing. I came in this world with what I got. I'm trying to leave with it.
Now mine is not even a stupid question. Is I guess since you own a bike, each time that there's an accident on the news, hey, do you hear about that motorcycle guy that crashed over there? And I'm like, no,
You know
it's
what
like,
sucks when you have a lot of friends that give a shit about you? This is one of the very few
oh,
things that
yeah.
sucks when you're blessed with a lot of friends. The minute that there's an
Which
accident in
you
your
ain't.
area, everybody's texting me. Are you okay, bro? Is that you? And I'm like, bro, if I heard that a biker died, and I'm like, well, if I died, why the fuck would you be texting me, bro? I'm probably not gonna text you back, dog. Like,
Well, that's what they're
yeah,
looking for. They're looking for the text not coming back, and then like, oh my God,
right.
Danny DLow.
I
Let's see if
mess
we
with
see
them
the cars
sometimes.
in the
I'll look at
road.
the text coming in. Hey, bro, is that you that died on Highway 12? And I'll let them think for like an hour, like, whatever.
Well, it happens to me with planes, man. Each time there's a plane crash, people always
Oh
hit me up.
yeah,
Planes and
yep.
motorcycles hit me up or so. The only time
Uh-huh.
I kind of freaked out actually is my boy Cowboy. He drives he rides a blue CVO street glide, and I saw one in the side of the road. Like you could tell it was an accident somewhere where you always ride, and I was like, my heart stopped for a second because I was like, had to make a UE come on and make sure it wasn't him and
Right.
stuff.
Yep.
It freaked me out. The other one is that aren't you hot on the motorcycle when you're riding?
Yeah. It's like, nah, man, nah. I just got a big ass motor between my legs. No, I'm not hot at all, dude. I got air conditioning.
I know they say
Right.
it feels good in the cold. You think that engine will freaking motor will get you hot enough? It doesn't do
No,
shit.
it don't.
I
It's
put
the
my hand
complete
on the damn
opposite.
exhaust, man. I got the 2-in-1 Dirty Bird and it sticks out to the side. I always try to put my hand to warm up my hands on the exhaust. My hands are so frozen, I can't feel it that. So
Yeah, I'll take my hands and put it like between the jugs or like between the frame and the back jug, the rear jug.
put it
Just
between my legs.
rolling my hand down there for a little while, or I'll stop and just put my hands right on one of the jugs and just hold on to it for a little bit.
What about you, Hollywood? What else?
What about me, man? Okay, the 10 stupid questions to ask motorcyclists can wait. The one thing that has been
Here we
going
go.
for a week now, it's very important for you schlucks out there that seek advice from these boneheads to understand it's a regional thing when they're talking. When you bring up OMC in this part of the country, you're going to get slapped. Okay, not
Yep.
all
Yep.
clubs in this area are called
Absolutely.
OMCs.
I've
That
I've literally never even heard of that until I came on the social media, and like you said, I don't know if OMC is like the black set term or if it's something that is like East Coast or West Coast, maybe. I don't know, but
let's
yeah,
go.
like Hollywood said,
Let's just say it.
here in the Midwest, Chicago, Wisconsin area, if you say, yeah, I'm in an outlaw motorcycle club, you damn sure better be in one and only one certain MC when you say that, because if you ain't, you're gonna have some white meat showing on your skull for sure,
I
for
know
sure, for sure.
I
I
just
had a
had to bring that up.
conversation.
I've been going for a week on this, and I can't,
I know it's been
justify
bugging you.
this.
It's been eating at you.
It's eating the hell. You know why it's eating the hell out of me is because I think people are overthinking everything
They
I agree
do.
with you.
in it
I agree
all,
with you.
and it's
Yep,
like
I agree.
really, and what the hell? I know most of us make our money, our subs by talking about this kind of stuff, but come on, it's common sense. But
It
when
gets a
you
little
go
old sometimes.
to say something like that from a Chicago point of view, not too good. Not too good.
No, no, not
Everybody's
too good at all.
Where's this conversation coming from? Did I miss something?
On the round table, a couple of the guys. Well, I think it was this one guy, the one brother Cake, 1%er on there. I think he said OMC, or I don't know. Somebody said OMC on it, and I was like, you know what? That's a black set term, that because I've never heard that on a white set, and every brother on there, bro, was like, absolutely not. That no, that's always been a thing, and there's 1% clubs, then there's outlaw motorcycle clubs, and then there's support clubs and small clubs, and I'm like, absolutely not. I'm like, absolutely not,
Well, then
and they
you see
kept
the
arguing
old
with me.
school.
So finally, I'm like, well, I could speak for the Midwest area, Chicago, Wisconsin, Indiana, all through here. Like, I can speak for this area. If you say, first of all, I've never heard anybody say that. And if you said that, you, like I said, you damn sure better be and only one, and I mean only freaking one motorcycle club that you would say that. Anybody else, you're gonna get your head cracked in a white meat. Well, I'm going to point it out. So, Hollywood, I was talking with Dragon last night. We actually had our first argument. It was cute.
Oh, how
And
cute.
fucking, yeah, we had our first fight. We're dating now. And I realized what the problem was. There's a confusion. So, these quote unquote outlaw motorcycle clubs, these OMCs, which really is just, it's a 99 club that don't take no shit. You know what I mean? That's not a 1% club, but they're a small club or whatever, but they don't take no shit. They don't call themselves that. It's other people when they're describing those clubs, they say, yeah, they're an OMC because they stand up for their rights, they stand up and they don't care. And that's where the confusion came into play. So it's not that certain MCs call themselves that, it's certain people call those MCs that.
I guess it's
Have
all
you seen it?
people
Have you
because
seen the
they're going,
CC?
they're going OMC, and it's like, wait a second. Here it's the main dominant. Then you have official support clubs.
Then you
Which
have a support club.
then you got support clubs, and then you got the independent family clubs. I never heard
the
of any of them.
99 and all that.
We don't even call them 99, man. I don't even.
No, we
The only
don't.
ones
They're,
we call 99s are DC Eagles,
right, yeah, 99%. No
which
fucking good.
I
Have
do
you heard
just
of CCs? CC?
yes, CC riders.
No, just CC on the like it's how on the cube in the back of
Never heard of
No, I never
it's
heard of it either.
CC,
them. It's because
it's a
all you guys around this country.
charitable. I can't even say it. A charitable club.
I've
No,
never heard of that in my life.
That's what,
The only thing I've seen recently in our area, in the Chicagoland area, is a lot of guys try to run SC because they're too
Street
scared to
Pro.
go to get their approval and their blessing and all that. So they kind of they think that, well, if I just run SC Social Club, that I won't get messed with. Which I can tell you for a fact it don't work that way. Not around here anyway.
All I know is I live in a different country when it comes to club stuff because you hear this coming off the East Coast, West Coast. No wonder you guys are all screwed up.
I seen MF, but that was an old club a long time ago. I've seen maybe one other.
Like I've seen recently, like people talk about MG motorcycle group or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know where these guys get this shit from.
Yeah,
I've never
Motorcycle
seen it.
Family has been around a while. I mean, I think it was
All I know is
I've never seen that either.
the DC Eagles are probably pissed off because everybody took their fucking 99%. You know,
Right. Right.
there's a whole.
Now, let me ask you something, Hollywood. Do you consider the DC Eagles a 1% club or not, or just another 99?
1%.
Okay, right on.
That's what I consider them, but
Right.
this goes back to the 60s when you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They DC Danny decided, okay, we're not going to wear this. We're wearing 99% NFG, which is 99% no fucking good. And now you got everybody. You see, 99% has just been around for the last 4 or 5 years, and I think it came off the internet.
Oh yeah, everything just came off the internet, man. The internet's, that's one of the biggest things. The internet, it's cool, but it's killed so much shit too. It's created all this crap that we see, and it's like, wow, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Like,
you won't hear 99% club here in the Midwest.
no, you don't. They're just a motorcycle club. They're not a 1%. They're not a support. They're whatever.
Well, I
Right.
mean, and sometimes there's 1% clubs that wear 1% diamond that really don't act like. I mean, they're nowhere near a 1% diamond. Like
Oh,
real,
well, that's all
you
of them
know.
nowadays.
And
Shit.
then you have some clubs that don't wear any diamond, and I consider them a diamond club.
Well, if you
Well,
wear
see, see, those are the clubs that we were just talking about. They're OMCs according to certain people, and I'm like, no, they're just guys that don't take no shit. They're not a 1% club. Like in my eyes, it's always been you either a 1%er or you're not. There's no fucking in between. There's just none of that. But maybe
well,
that's the area we come from. I don't know.
if you come from Chicago, I dare you to walk up to Fagawi tribe and call them a 99%. I dare you to. I dare you to walk up to the Brothers Motorcycle Club and call
Oh
them.
my god, yeah. I
You
don't
know,
know why those brothers don't just put a diamond on because they are.
well,
And
they're old school 1960s where
yep, and they don't take no shit.
a lot of people don't know their history. It just comes down to
No,
that. You got these
no.
guys where I say take shit too seriously, and like I said, go up to the Fagawis and say, "Hey, what's up, 99? Yeah, or that was an internet thing that started was a 99% club.
Right.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
It was the internet that started that.
I agree.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because if you
I haven't really heard of. I'd never really heard of it, that term until like about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
that's when it all started. And if you go into the city of Chicago, you better not have a diamond on. It's a total different story within the city limits of Chicago.
It's you know what though? It's so much different now, Hollywood. You got everybody in Chicago now, man. I mean, you damn near
not within the city limits.
Oh, in the city. In the city. No, they're in the city. I've been around them. You kind of know, right? I've been around them. Yeah. I mean, straight up in the city and outside the city. I mean, there's damn near every diamond there is out there is just about in the Chicago area now. It's a little weird.
Hey DLow, this is a question toward you, but I don't know what the question. My guy says my question, DLow, is do you know if they make clothes bigger than medium? Maybe he's talking about my shirt. That's
it. He wears a schmedium.
This is actually
he likes to show off his muscles. He's Hercules. This
is a bad thing. This is a large. I need an extra large. That's the thing. This is a large. You guys see me?
Well, I don't know who asked that question, man. Again, guys, I apologize for not answering your questions personally and saying what's up to you and shouting out.
He does not want to say hi to anybody.
No, on this restream, I don't know if it's because I'm on my phone or what, but I don't get to see the comments or nothing. I should do what Hollywood told me.
You would have to swipe, I think.
No, what I should do is what Hollywood told me is go on my computer so that I can see them. But
that's what that's what a lot of people
next
do.
Time.
Yeah, he does the opposite, right? He streams with his phone, not his computer, and uses the computer as the phone.
But I think, you know what, Danny? We should do a series together on that shit, man.
What's up?
Put these myths down.
We should. 101.
We should.
They're myths.
101.
Right, we should.
There is no such thing as a freaking 99%er or any of that stuff. Maybe we'll do it from Chicago point of view. I don't know.
You know what? We would have to, just because. And I hate to admit it. I hate to say it. But when I talk to Souls the Ghost, when me and him had a conversation, he had mentioned, that there's things that can go on the East Coast that wouldn't fly over here and vice versa. And he was right. I was like,
East Coast can in the ocean for all I care. Go ahead.
Nah, so you already know I can't say that. But that's a whole other story.
I like my Texas
that we're not getting into. What's that, Carlos?
I like all the Texas boys.
You know what I actually want to do a show on? I want to do a show on Meeklo. That's who I want to do a show on.
Don't get me good. You know what? You're lighting a fire today.
Zing, zing, zing.
You know what I don't get about him now? Let me be honest,
You know,
okay?
First of all, he's a fucking facade. He's fucking fake. Plain and simple. I mean, I remember seeing him when he first came on TikTok, and I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, who the hell is this asshole? You know what I mean? And things that I know, I have prior knowledge to this stuff now, right? For whatever reasons, I'm like, dude, you started on the internet, bro. You're nobody. Shut up. And he's got people on the internet believing this bullshit is hype. I can't do it, man. I'm getting tired of it. I'm gonna start calling people out, Hollywood.
That's what happens when anybody see 5 or 6 years ago it was just Big Cell, me, Dibs, and Black Dragon.
Yep, and I don't even know who Dibs is.
What?
Oh yeah, I remember who he is.
What?
Yeah, never mind. I've seen him before.
Come on, don't.
And then it seems like everybody said, "Oh, okay, we can jump on this bandwagon." And
Yep.
we're talking all the shit we want to talk. And problem is, people are going to listen because it's entertainment. But when you have somebody claiming to be a 1%er, talking shit about the 1%ers, it's like, dude, you abused, man. You're worse than a freaking somebody who don't know they're a man because you got balls between your legs, but you want to call yourself a woman.
And between about 20 people in surrounding areas of where this man supposedly be at, has never seen him out and about. I'm like, come on, bro. You a national internet president. That's what you are, man.
I plead the fifth. You guys know that.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it, brother. I get it.
I get it, man, but I can talk shit all I want.
You can.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'll talk shit about anybody. Myself, I'll talk shit about my own colleagues. We already saw that. I don't give a fuck.
There you go. We talk, but at least we all know where each other came from.
Right.
But you're telling people, well, 1%ers shouldn't patch police. Well, go fucking tell them then. Don't come over here and talk crap to me, dude.
Right.
There's traditions. That's just like BD said. You had to set an example of burning your colors because the president was sleeping with your old lady. Well,
I didn't get that either.
We don't do that here, dude. You'll still walk in the clubhouse, put your money down, beat the hell out of them, and then hand your colors in.
That's right. Or sometimes you'll walk into church, you'll beat the hell out your prez, and then you do a vote of no confidence, and he's out. I've seen that too.
Yeah, we've seen that here, but I guess everything's regional. But I think I made it to my mission to because I have been doing a lot of little clips over on TikTok from different. You've been around, Danny. You've been around all our stuff a long time, and I'll challenge anybody out here, and I'll say it right now on this video. If the rumors keep going about Danny, he was around our chapter for over 20 freaking years. So you guys, know.
Wait, are we talking about vibes, or you mean been around?
No, we didn't pass.
Are you jealous, Carlos? Are you jealous?
DLow.
He knows the same people I know. Same club guys.
That's the local dominant are the guys that taught me everything I know. They're the ones that brought me into this world, man. And that's why I laugh at a certain two dudes that like to sneak this and talk shit secretly, but never say it to my fucking face, or never a man about it. Like I've been around this club style for a long time, and the 1%ers are the ones that took me in and taught me everything. I may have been in my club for a short time, but I've been around the 1% world, the big boy world, for a long time. That's all I know. Yeah, the real deal chapter around here. Like, I've been around for a minute, so it's like,
but
I just laugh at people like whatever.
Our personal lives, like a lot of these other people do.
Right.
We don't talk about that stuff. We don't bring up a club to validate us. Right. But at the same time, it gets tiring of hearing them little rumors and the little it gets stupid. So anyway, on TikTok, I've been talking about that in 30, 60-second clips, from a point of view that's different from everybody else. It's like, you know what? If you got balls, if you got a pecker, be a man, go do something.
Yep.
shut up about the internet, man. But you got this guy out there writing articles bashing something he's supposed to be a part of. That
Well,
I don't
the
understand
only
it.
reason why he's saying that 1%ers shouldn't patch police is because he's too much of a punk to ride with his colors on, and he knows he's going to get checked by the real ones. You know, you can. I try to tell people this all the time, and this goes out to all you guys listening and watching right now. All right, you can say, you can do, you can wear whatever the hell you want right here on the internet. But what proves your worth is what you do on the street. Do you wear that on the street? Do you go everywhere? Do you handle your business? That's what really truly matters. You can talk all this jazz on the internet and act like you're this and you're that, but who
Well,
are you on the
it also
street? That's what
depends
matters to me.
too. Also, there's people might be riding with their cuts and their diamonds or something, but they live in a podunk town with
Yeah,
nothing but
yeah.
cows
Nobody's
around.
around. Yeah,
Nobody's
nobody's around to check
around.
them.
Compared to riding in a big city over 2 million people plus,
Yeah,
the dominant, I mean,
yeah,
there's certain things that you do, and I see. I
yeah,
mean, trust me, I've seen it, dealt with it, and
yeah,
people get hurt. People get
yeah,
hurt. I mean,
yeah,
trust me, I'm one of the guys who will say, hey, at the end of the day, wear what you want to wear if you stand for it, but let you know there's
yeah.
going to be some assholes,
You're gonna have to
some
defend it.
people. You're going to have to defend it, and it will
Yeah.
get ugly. It will sooner or
That's
later.
I did a video on that on my TikTok channel, and I said, you know what? You are more than welcome. You are completely, because everybody, you get these yahoos that say, well, it's a free country. I can do what I want. And I'm like, you know what? You are absolutely correct. This is a free country and you can do anything it is you want. But always remember, there's repercussions behind your actions. You can have a 1%er diamond made, or you can buy one on the internet. You can put that shit on your vest. You sure can. You can get on your motorcycle and you can ride your ass off and tell everybody you're a 1%er. But it's up to you to keep that 1%er diamond. And that's where it gets tricky. You know what I mean? When you get 30 motherfuckers that roll up on you and they're like, hey, what's up with that? Yeah, you're taking that off. You know what? We're going to see what you about it. Are you going to be a man? Are you going to stand up and get your whole ass whooped for that little patch that you bought off eBay? Or are you going to give it up? And if you give it up,
No,
then
they're going to
stop
the
calling
cops.
yourself a 1%er, Or yeah, call the cops nowadays, yeah.
Nah, they'll call
Which
the
brings
cops.
up another thing. I want to know you guys' opinion real quick. So I don't know if you guys have seen yet on TikTok, but the guys from 4 for the Road. Yeah, I know Hollywood, y'all got your little thing, but 4 for the Road, they hit me up and they want to have me on their podcast, and I haven't called them yet, but the subject was going to be, are you a 1%er still after you leave your motorcycle club? And I remember you had did a little skit about it too. Well, what's your guys' opinion on that?
Yeah,
Well, personally,
they asked me to get on their podcast too,
gives
and
a
I
shit.
always forgot to respond to them.
Right.
If you're a street guy, you know what? I'd rather have street cred than a 1% patch, or
Right.
say
I
that.
agree.
Well, yeah, I'm still 1%. Well, you know what? That's a club thing. It is. Once you left it, you gave them back it. But what
Right.
does matter is your street cred.
Right.
And
It all depends on what background you came from. For instance, I came out fighting in the streets. I'm more of a fighter than anything. I didn't know shit about motorcycles till I was 23, 24. You get a diamond on, take it off, whatever. I'm still the same guy before that diamond, with the
Yep.
diamond, whatever. And I was in a different type of surrounding of people. The people I grew up, I mean, these people, the MC world to me was, how do you say, more comfortable for me in regards of with my life and everything compared to what I was involved before. But
Right.
that being said, like I said, at the end of the day, like someone like Danny DLow, you're more probably going to be saying that you were a 1%er before the 1% patch on, and you'll be one afterwards, right? I mean, that's the lifestyle that you lived. It depends on the lifestyle you lived. If you're more
actually, you were a street guy. You know what?
Right.
I believe 100%. And here's what I'll say: I feel more comfortable in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood, around the guys than I do around clubs, because I know the guys
Yeah, I
in
agree.
the neighborhood are going to take care of their business. Where,
Yep. And they're stand up. They're not sneaky.
yeah, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. the street crews where I came from, Danny came from, we all knew where we stood at. We all knew each other from, childhood. But
Yep.
you get a lot of these guys that want to throw on diamonds. They need 30 guys to back them. That didn't
Yep.
need that. That didn't happen on the streets, man.
Yep.
You come up with 30 guys on a couple of members of the crew, if you will, and there's Tech Nines and all that going off.
Mhm.
I felt more comfortable around the guys on the streets than I did around clubs.
Well, on the streets, it's way more real. Like we both seen it, and probably we've all seen it. Like I know I've seen it personally about 4 or 5 times where a certain dominant motorcycle club showed up to my old neighborhood in Chicago in Humboldt Park, and you know what? They weren't the guys they thought they were. They were escorted out of my neighborhood and told you'll never want to come back here again.
Yeah,
Many
indeed.
clubs have done that. So it's a big difference.
The
It's a
diamond
huge
means
difference.
something in the MC world.
Yep.
Other than
Yep.
that
It
diamond
don't mean shit on the street.
Well, like I said in Miami, growing up in Miami, I never saw more. Maybe I just didn't pay attention. No motorcycle clubs. Now there's a diamond club. There are a couple of them down there. But in Miami, it's all street, man. It's all street.
Right.
It's all machismo.
Let's ask Danny this question. I'll let you get back to that while this is a good conversation. Danny did time in the state. Did that diamond mean anything behind the walls?
Not a freaking thing. Not a freaking thing. In fact, I've watched guys in 1% clubs, of all clubs, not just one, come in the joint, and they were so petrified because they didn't have their brothers with them no more, and they were let known right off the bat that we don't care if you're so and so 1%er, and here you're fucking nobody. You're a man, and you best man up, and you don't get to have 30 of your brothers back you up. This is a one-on-one. We're handling business up in here. So normally what I saw was, if you was a white dude, you roll with the white car. If you were black, you roll with the black car. If you were brown, you roll with the brown car. Yeah, and that's basically what it was. Even if you were in a gang, that's how you rolled. You rolled with your color. Like when I went in, I tried. Holly would have laughed. When I went in at first, I only had 6 months to do in the joint when I went in, right? So I go in and I'm like, you know what? I'm claiming neutron. Even though I wasn't a neutron, I said, I'm claiming neutron. I don't want no trouble. I don't want to get put in no bullshit. I just want to do my little old 6 months and go home. And that lasted about a month until one of my homies from my neighborhood came in there. And he's like, "What's up, folks?" And comes running up on me. And I'm like, "Bro, shut up, bro. Shut up." And now everybody knew who I was. So then I had to get involved in the politics and everything. And even though I was white, I rode with Latin folks. I rode with with the brown car because that's who I was. That's who I belonged to. I was in a Latin gang. So and the white brothers, that they hated it. They got mad as soon as I came in. Hey brother, hey, what's up, brother? Brother this and brother that. I ain't your freaking brother, dude.
Right.
Until they had a guard come to my cell and get me out of my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they brought me into the officer's kitchen, and that's where a certain white car had their breakfast every morning.
Right.
And they walked me in there because they were trying to get me to kick it with them, even though they knew I rode with the brown car. They were trying to get me to kick it with them because I was white. And I walk in there and I'm like totally like, man, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Screw you, you racist assholes. Like I was all about screw you, right? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I walked in that officer's kitchen where they had their meals and they were having steak and eggs, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage. I mean, it was going down, man. I walked in there and I was like, "Hey, brother, what's up, brother?" I changed my tone real quick, dude. I was like, "You know what, man? The Brown brothers ain't eating like that."
Even in in Cook County, man, I did some there, and Cook County, dude, they were shivering.
Yeah. But I also remember back in the day. So an old brother of mine, he was in a club, a big 1% club that would be out by you, Carlos. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And he when he was in, where the hell was he at? I want to say, well, he was in Stateville. I was in Stateville too, but he was in Stateville, and then he was in Menard, I believe. And I don't know if this is a back in the day thing or if it still goes on. And I forget exactly what it was called. It was like Motorcycle Brotherhood, like MB or something like that. And it
Yeah,
was, you know, a lot of the different club guys kind of got together and had their own little car, kind of. But yeah, they weren't on the map or nothing, I don't think.
no, well, my kid's doing that 30-year bit right now. They don't got that
Right.
by him. But
Where's he at?
he's at Western right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people don't realize. Like I said, motorcycle clubs, if they're mixed or something, if you go to jail, I mean prison.
Yeah, you're rolling with your race.
But that's why, you know, when people
And my biggest problem's always been, and I speak from you know, obvious experience because I've been both on the street, I've been in the joint, is I've never understood, and I've always gotten pissed at it. The fact that no matter what club we're in or gang, when we go to prison, we have to get along with our enemies, and we get along with them just fine, our rivals and all that. Like sometimes, you'll have Latin Kings and you'll have Maniac Latin Cobras, or Maniac Latin Cobra, really, Maniac Latin Disciples. Like you'll have them two. They'll hang out together because they're brown, you know,
they have to.
and it's
All that street
and they're
shit.
not at war in there. But then the minute we get out, now we're going to war. Same with the clubs, man. You'll have an angel in there, an outlaw in there, and you'll have a galloping goose or whatever, and they're all cool with each other. And it's like, if you can be cool in there, why can't we be cool on the street, man? What changes? Why do we got to go on the street and start acting a fool? And now we're gonna end up right back in the joint where we just got along. Like it just, I don't know. It never made sense to me.
Well, that's the way the world rolls, man.
Yeah, it's money and drugs, man.
That's
Money
what
and
it's
greed,
about.
I should say.
Well, that's one thing you know, somebody asked me that was why do you keep on saying that, you know, dominance or club guys, you know, they're not on the same level as far as the street hierarchy. I was like, they're clubs.
No,
That's what they are. Yeah,
They're
you
not
might have
gangs.
a couple guys doing stupid stuff, but they're clubs. They're not on a level of, say, Latin King, man. They're not on the same level.
They're, you know, the one main thing too is nowadays, and I said this on TikTok, and I know I said this in one of my YouTube videos, and a guy was like, are you really trying to tell us that motorcycle clubs don't run drugs anymore? And I'm like, no, they really truly don't.
No, they don't.
I'm like, back
Not
in the
as worried.
day, allegedly they did, but now, no. You got union workers, you got machine operators, and these guys aren't going to risk their families and their livelihood and their lives
When you
for
have
running drugs for a club.
no,
That
when
shit
you
don't run no more. Which
when you
brings
have
me to the fact: why are we all fighting over territory when ain't none of you running any shit? You ain't running no game. So what's the point? You know,
Yeah.
it's a dick measuring contest, is what it is.
Completely honest, and I know I'll catch shit for this. They are doing it, and they still run on the assumption of what the older guys used to do.
Yeah, the past. Yeah, everybody's holding on to the past.
They're running on the past. They're running on the reputation of the guys in the past.
Yeah.
And I have to say, if you would think a club's a gang, you're freaking stupid because half the time they have trouble paying $50 a month for dues. If you're gonna talking about organized crime, I sure the hell wouldn't have been broke as hell.
Right. And yeah, remember any ride that we got on? Yeah, how many times have we said it? And they call us organized crime because everything was all chaos. No, nothing, nothing was in order. There was nothing. Bikes are all over the place. Nobody knows where we're going, and it's like, yeah, but we're organized crime. Sure, yeah, we're real organized, all right.
Well, I mean, what's even more funnier is you were around the guy that I hold in really, really high regard. If we would have got caught doing anything, our ass would have been beat, put on the street, out bad.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine making that man mad.
There was none of that stuff.
Well, I was gonna say the thing is that when you got, like, for instance, like you have little guys like from IMP, TNS, Waddles, Latin Kings, whatever you want to say, these little kids will not hesitate to pull the trigger. Like,
hell no.
like Danny DLow said, like you said, these most club guys have jobs, kids, things. They don't want to do something. They really don't. They can act all bad and everything. They really don't. Maybe one guy out of a whole
one guy out of a chapter, we used to say.
Yeah,
And
I used to get in arguments with the old guys back in the day in the clubhouses and stuff. No matter what, we all try to paint a better perception of the club life, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say there's not nights that we have to TCB. It is what it is. It comes with the territory. And there were so many times where they'd be talking about, yeah, man, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And they'd look over at me because I wasn't even a member. And they'd be like, yeah, man, you ready for this, bro? You ready for this? And I'm like, bro, I used to do more than this on a fucking Wednesday night because there was nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? Like to say my first rodeo, dude. But what's that?
There's a lot of talk around the bar stools.
Oh, there's a ton of it. I used to get in arguments with them all the time. I'm like, you talk all that shit about doing this and doing that. I'm like, bro, I was a gang member, man. We used to do this shit every night. Shootouts, drive-bys, all that crap, man.
SSW, could some of those things like territory, for example, be part of group traditions? Yeah, it is, because they're living off the past.
Yeah, they're all living off the past because ain't nobody running no dope anymore. Ain't nobody running no game. So there's really no point of the territory crap. It's just it's a measuring contest at this point.
Well, that's about all it is. Because if you say, for example, SSW, if they claimed territory like the south side of Chicago, they'd learn their territory.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm not bashing on clubs. What I'm trying to do is stand up.
No, it's different. It's a big difference.
I'm standing up for it, saying, hey, they're not gangs, they're clubs.
Yeah, there's a difference between having 50 guys that wear the same patch and one of them might be a killer compared to you've got 300 guys in the neighborhood and every single one of them will shoot you in the face for absolutely no reason. There's a huge difference between those kind of people.
Oakland Latinos United, do Nortino gang members join biker clubs? That's a West man. That's a West thing.
I see many, especially now because all of us Gen X guys, we're hitting our 40s now, right? And 40s and 50s, I believe.
Right.
And all of us are ex gang members. And that's what I've noticed, man. All my homies and shit that actually made it out the hood and we all grew up and we actually are still here and alive and free. Everybody's getting in the motorcycle club world because we missed that camaraderie, that brotherhood that we had in the hood, but we ain't trying to be involved in all that crazy drama bullshit. So it's almost like motorcycle clubs are honestly retirement for us old gang members.
Right.
It really is, because it's way more laid back. So yeah, you see many former gang members across the whole nation that join MCs now, and usually those are the guys that are out here TCBing because we're used to it.
It depends, though, like you just said. The older guys like us, we're mostly retired and stuff, but when you start throwing in gangbangers that are in their early 20s into a club,
that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem we're seeing right now too. You got some young bucks that are getting involved in these clubs, and some of these clubs that I won't mention are having members in their club that don't even have a motorcycle, but because these dudes are down they're down to pull a trigger, they're like, fuck it, bro, put our colors on and represent us. And now you've got gangbanger actions going on the street in the club world. You got drive-bys, you got people running each other off the road and all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's like Will said. He says it's messed up because almost everyone knows a member personally in another club, but then they have to draw a line.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
He's right.
People in all the other clubs.
He's absolutely right.
Is being an ex-club guy. I had my... where I had to get used to things after the club because I would look at another guy, be like, oh man, that's we used to call them different things, but anyway.
Yeah.
I get to talk to whoever.
That is hard.
I get to talk to whoever I want, and I love it.
Still to this day, Hollywood, I have a hard time talking with that certain club that I know you're talking about. Like these guys hit me up on TikTok, like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" And I'm just like, "Boy, what's up, man?" I had one call me, and he was talking to me, and he invited me to their clubhouse. Really cool guy, awesome dude. He's like, "Man, my whole chapter, I have all my prospects watch you. We love your shit, man. We love the way you handle yourself." You know, a lot of the 1% clubs like the way I do my thing because I don't exploit it. You know, I don't go too far in the explanations and answers. You know, I give you a basic ground to get your foot in the door. After that, it's on you, and they like that about me, and it's awesome. I love the respect I get from everybody, but still, man, when they call me, dude, I'm just like, yeah, what's up, man? What's going on,
They're
dude?
just
Yeah.
different lifestyles, man.
And
They're
it
just different
sucks because
lifestyles.
it's programmed in your head. These guys are no different than me, you, Carlos, anybody, you know, but it's programmed in your head.
You're asking about a club, everybody out there, don't join one. Don't join it. Go, go join a riding club. Go join Hog, A-Bait. They ride more anyway.
I like
Or
llama. I like llama.
Llama is a bad.
Lava is awesome.
I love. I mean,
Yeah, llama's cool.
yeah, llama's
Llama's
cool.
a badass organization. Came right
Oh, I
out of
love
the
it. They
heart.
actually and they ride. They ride like just.
Yeah, they do. I
They
remember
ride.
Mario
the llama chapter over by Fullerton and Kedzie in Chicago. I think their clubhouse was or still is. I don't know, but
think
they
it's
used
still
to have they used to have a penthouse downtown Chicago. Like everybody would go out, kick it, have a good time, and bring all the girls back to the penthouse and party. Dude, I tell you what, man, those dudes were a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. Well,
anybody.
and they're well, and they have girls in there in the association also. The here in San Antonio, the president of the llama is a woman.
Well,
I
that's an
haven't.
No
association. It ain't
shit.
a club. It ain't
Yeah,
a ride club.
Yeah,
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 it's association. So I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah.
that's what I like about it. It's I mean, it's they just they're saying well, it's
Latin
Latin
American
America's
Motorcycle
Motorcycle
Association.
Association. Yeah, someone
It's a
was
badass
writing.
organization. I would tell everybody join something like that because,
Yeah.
quite frankly, everybody's overthinking this club stuff. You're gonna go broke, and a lot of people don't have the heart to do what they want to do.
Or you can join BADA.
You know, personally, I would never tell anybody don't join a motorcycle club just because everybody's got to experience all this life on their own. You know, they may experience something different than me and Hollywood did, you know, and Carlos. So I'm not going to tell you not to join a motorcycle club, but I'll give you my personal opinion that they're right. You know, Hollywood's right. You know, join a riding club or some kind of a group or something like that that's more chill. There's zero politics. You're not really hanging around the dominants and the supports and all that. You're not getting involved in all that. You're just riding with your brothers on the weekend, having a good time and loving life the way it really has always supposed to have been and the way it should be. But I'm not going to tell you not to join an MC because you know what? I believe everybody's got to experience that life on their own. You know, you might get involved in an MC and it might be a certain chapter or a certain club, and it might be the best thing that's ever happened in your life. You're not going to know it until you try it. Or you might get involved and be like, well, those dudes were right. Fuck that. You know,
Well,
either way, man, try it out,
and also
experience it.
learning about stuff. I mean, like they go off of information off the internet, right? Like stuff that we say.
Right.
Just go
Uh,
to the local Harley dealership, see people with their cuts on, go approach people, go to a clubhouse. As
Man, I ain't going to no Harley dealership. Get the hell out of here.
you can barely walk as it is. You'll be huffing and puffing
I
and
can
sweating
walk
like a
just
freaking
fine,
hog.
sir. Believe me, I can walk
Yeah,
fine.
shit. That's a wheelchair you're on. That's what it is.
Shit. Get the
Electric
hell out of here.
wheelchair.
I ain't there yet. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Geo is right. If you want to join a club, hang around at least a year. But the problem with that, Geo,
Uh,
is most people don't want to wait a year to be able to get a patch. That's
nope.
their
They want to get a patch tomorrow morning. I want to be in the club right now.
Now, there's a
It's like,
lifer of
nah,
a club.
man.
I told I think Hollywood that. I mean, he was a hang around for 14 years. 14 years hang around, and he's still alive. He's still in the club after 40 years.
Yeah. Wow.
That
That's
guy,
cool.
he's awesome.
People have no idea how important the hang around process is, man. It's so important to you because that's your time to realize, okay, is this the club for me? Are these the guys I want to surround myself with? Is this the politics and bullshit I want to get involved in? Do I want them to represent me as well as I represent them? Like, that's your time to figure all that out. Once you start prospecting, then that's the club's time to figure out who you are.
What I
And the
can
other,
tell you is there's more politics than riding in a club.
well, yeah,
You
and then
ain't
the other thing is
lying,
you got to
man.
remember when you
You
join
are
a
not
club,
lying.
you're bringing your old lady mixed involved with some club business crap that you don't want to
Yeah,
get
make sure
involved.
she's good with it too.
Well, but
Yeah,
also if you're riding, your lady's riding with you, and you cross a certain area,
yeah.
and now she's brought into her safety's in online too. So you got to remember the whole effect on everybody, not
See,
just on
with me,
yourself.
when I was around the group over in Chicago, I never brought my wife with me at all. Never.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean it's
No.
safer that way. But that's the
Yeah, when I was in the club, I
it
never
kind of
brought my
kills it
lady
though
around.
too.
My lady, like I would bring my woman around. I'd bring my old lady around my chapter. We'd have barbecues, stuff like that, hang out. Then I'd bring the old lady with because it was just us. We're all family. It's all good. But yeah, to like parties and events and meetups and all that. No, your old lady don't belong with you. I've never been a big fan of property patches and shit, just for that fact because now you're putting that woman in danger, man. That's your woman, dude. Your job as a fucking man is to protect your woman. That's how I've always been brought up, and that's who I am and how I am. I will protect my woman with my life. My ex-woman that I'm not even with no more just had a little situation, and I was mad as hell because I just found out about it. Because I still feel it's my job to protect her. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in putting your old lady on the bike and you're all just cruising around. Yeah, la la. You want to put your old lady on the bike and cruise around and leave your colors at home. You know, there's nothing
Exactly.
wrong with just taking a Sunday ride just because you're in a 1% club or any club. All right. Just because you're in an MC does not mean you have to wear your colors 24/7. I know a lot of guys think that way, and I agree with you guys to a certain point. Don't get it twisted. But when you got your old lady with you, or even just a female that you met at the bar and you're trying to get wet, bro, don't put your colors on to show off and look cool because if something pops off, that girl's the one getting killed. Case in
Well,
point,
look in
Florida.
Florida.
Case in point, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida and Indiana actually, yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, case in point. Here you got a beautiful old lady that's got kids, got a family. She's on the back of the bike with her old man, and he starts some stupid shit. The other team starts some stupid shit. Now she's dead. Now
Mhm.
she's gone. Kids ain't got no mom. Family ain't got no sister, no aunt, no cousin. I mean, that's stupid. That was ignorant to me. That's purely ignorant. You putting
Hmm.
people in a situation they don't belong in.
And then Wheel said, I think most MC members would end up being loners rather than riding with a non one percenters. I think a lot of dudes, turn toward MCs because they are already outsiders.
Yeah, in a way. In a way.
I don't like riding with a big group of people I don't know, but I'll ride with like my boys, just
Yeah.
a handful of them.
Yeah,
That's
those days of riding and
fuck
like
that.
doing like a bar run or a pub crawl or whatever, like those days, nope, not doing it. If I don't know you, I ain't riding with you, beside you. I'll meet you.
It's like a
I'll meet
concept.
you over there, but I ain't riding with you. I don't know you.
Oh, people, I get invited and I go on twisties or something, and then they all want to ride like they don't even know how to ride the twisties,
Or
man.
they try to keep up with you, and now
Oh
you got to
man,
go back and catch up to them and call an ambulance because this
I
dumbass
actually
crashed.
had someone reach out to me on from on my email. He watches the show and he wanted to meet up, so we met up. Him and one of my boys. And poor guy, man, he was trying to keep up, but then I didn't notice that he was struggling, and he was sweating bullets, white knuckling, and almost killed himself a couple of times. So then I slowed down and I was right. I go, hey, let us know you don't have to show off or anything. You tell me if hey you're
Right.
not a strong rider, man. We'll ride with your speed, man. We're just riding all chill, and you gotta let me know.
I remember
So
I had a guy. He was in one of the smaller clubs around here. Hollywood definitely knows them, but I won't mention them. But they're a cool club. They're I think they might be a support club now, but they never were. But they've been around a long time. And this guy, at the time, I thought he was cool. He turned out to be a piece of shit. But he was in this club, and me and my old lady ran into him, and he was with his old lady. So he came out riding with me. We're on our way to Milwaukee, And at the time, for the longest time, I've always been a hard rider. Like I ride fast. I've always rode like a 1%er. You know, that's who brought me in this game, man. I've always rode like that. So 100 mile an hour everywhere I go. That's how I used to be. And we're cruising, man. And I mean, we get to a gas station, and this guy's old lady is bitching. She's mad. She wouldn't say nothing to me though, but she's bitching at him like, "Why are you riding like that? Why are you trying to keep up with him?" I mean, I had this boy. He's scraping his floorboards on every corner on a back road. You know, and his bike's barely keeping up. We're doing 100 mile an hour, just fucking rolling. You know, and she's like. I laughed so hard. I'm like, see, and I looked at my old lady at the time and I said, see, that's the difference between guys like me and guys that are in a small club. They're used to riding the speed limit, doing maybe 60, maybe 70. You know, they're not hitting the corners hard. They're just cruising, you know. He was mad as hell. He was okay with it, but she didn't like it at all. She was all types of upset.
No. And I like I said, I ride hard in general. If you look at my videos, sometimes obviously my speed limit, whatever I'm going riding shows, and they hit over 110 or so. But I mean,
I heard
but
you do everything hard.
I do. You did talk to my old lady.
Well, we had a great. Yeah, we know each other very well now. We talked for like an hour and a half this morning. It was ridiculous. We're like a couple of chicken heads, just fucking. Oh my god, girl! Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah. That's why I said people have to, worry about her. She'll take care of herself, man.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we're coming up on an hour, guys. I got to get off of this. I got to get some videos uploaded.
All right, man.
All right, guys. But guys in the comment section, thank you very much. But also, like,
yeah, much love and respect,
here,
guys.
Make sure you guys do your own due diligence. There's ways of life. There's different ways of life. So, till next week. Any final words there, Dan? I didn't talk too much today. My throat's killing me. So
I don't really have any final words, man. Just ride your bikes. We're coming up on spring finally, at least here in the Midwest.
Stay safe.
And that's what they say that we're coming up on spring.
Man.
But
you gotta be careful of the snowbirds right now. Like
in
Chicago coming down to Florida and Texas, man. They just don't know how to drive and
So ride safe, guys. Remember, we're just starting to get back on the road here now pretty soon. So everybody forgot about us. So remember that. Remember that they don't remember to look for us just yet. So be safe, be cautious, pay attention to everything around you and your surroundings, and roll safe, y'all. Much love and respect.
Last thing, I hit my 10,000 subscribers, so then I'm gonna do a giveaway next week. Live giveaway. It's gonna be a motor horn. So anybody in the comment section, if you go to one of my recent videos, put hashtag Get Wild down there. You'll be in the raffle for a motor horn. And we can probably do it on Thursday. I'll do a live Thursday night or something.
Nice. I'll have to pay attention to that. You guys head over to Wild on Twos, man, and check it out.
Same thing. Check out Danny DLow's TikToks and his YouTube channel.
For sure.
Next week, much love and respect. Peace.